we go. Welcome back to the warm-up show with the hockey coach, Gabriel Farsi, directly from the Florida State, the Sunshine State. And we have to go all the way to the north. We're going to see the Pole North and maybe Santa Claus, maybe at the end of the year. Welcome back, Mr. Enortap, directly from Toronto, Ontario.
Hello, Coach. Great to be here with you and the rest of the Hockey Nation family. Breaking news.
Here we go. The New Jersey Devils signed the number 86, Jack Hughes, for the 8 years at $8 million, $64 million overall, the AAV of $8 million. This news was reported by Kevin Weeks about 4 o'clock afternoon. He was expected Devils and Hughes have an agreement together. So great news for the New Jersey Devils. Signed the number 86, Jack Hughes, for a double 8, like we said, is $64 million. So you are the first one in our time to mention to you. What do you think about that signature?
Well, right now it does seem a little bit high, but I mean it's what the going rate is, and you know that Jack Hughes has a high ceiling, and he was before the injury he was really starting to do well this year. So you know down the road it's gonna seem like a very good contract for sure, and they've secured him for 8 years. So all to New Jersey for a great job.
Absolutely right about that one over there. Directly from Connecticut, Mr. NHL Hockey News Report. I don't know if he's going to the game tonight, but we have Bud the Monkey Boy in the house, directly from South Florida. By the way, we're going to do the game at tonight, 7 o'clock, Florida versus Washington. Live stream, play-by-play by the hockey coach, Gabriel Farsi. Directly from British Columbia, Mr. Joe Lavaltrie in the house. Sir Roy is ready. We'll see what happens.
Welcome.
Directly from Finland, -9 Celsius in Finland. Salut, Moi or Moro. Welcome back, Jarmo Virtanen.
Welcome, Jarmo.
I put Sona ready to go with the 1 hour, so he's going to get a Sona ready. By the way, Jarmo, congratulations. You finished first on the prediction yesterday with a 3-1 with 2 other people, but congratulations on that one over there. You nailed it again. Directly for the Westmount, Montreal, Mr. Canadian Giant.
Welcome, Ben.
I still not remember where he's coming from. I know he told me before, but I think it's on Ontario. I could be wrong. Mr. Lemon Apocalypse in the house. From Lille Perrault, Mr. Richard Mullen.
Welcome, Richard.
The beauty of the prediction in our tap is like one day you look like the king, the next day you look like not very good. And that's happened, Mr. Mullen, with the 11-2 Sunday, or last Friday. Yesterday he went with a 1-3. So we're not going to tell anybody. But that's happened in our tap. So you know the feeling about that, Mr. Enortap. Directly from Kentucky with Iran. You are awesome, Mr. Allen Vaillancourt. Of course, Mr. Allen is an amazing, great person with Iran. But listen. Directly from Moncton, New Brunswick, come on down, Johnny Golden. Here we go. We love the Johnny Golden presentation. That's what we love to do with him. Welcome aboard. We have a double D with a T and a double W. So it looks like it's an OI 40, I don't know, something like that. But hello and welcome aboard. I don't know exactly where you're coming from. Maybe you tell us. We're going to tell you where you're coming from at the same time. Double D is in the house tonight. What the highest goalie number you can think of? What the highest goalie number? You talk about the number like goaltender number? That's what you think he's got? Yeah, right? What do you think about that?
What's the highest number? 92, I think. Or am I thinking just player?
I had
Good
90
question.
with Robin Leonard.
Yeah.
Double zero. I don't know
thought
if you
90.
calculate the highest or the lower with Martin Biron. We never have a 99, a 99, 98.
No.
I'm not sure. I will go with Leonard at 90. I could be wrong with that one over there. Exactly. The Vegas. He said the teacher said the swimmer, but we said Mr. Adam Berger in the house.
Welcome, Adam.
Exactly from Tampa, Sarasota. This corner on the west coast of the Florida, Mr. Eagle Fink Sport.
You are
Welcome, Eagle.
awesome.
Sorry again?
Just welcome, Deagle.
Exactly about that one over there. Still on the deal with one compared to Suzuki. About that. Nicolas de Goubi-Bono from Sherbrooke. Salut, mon homme.
Welcome, Nicola.
But the monkey said, I'm going to the Panthers. So he's going to see that. Talking about the Panthers, we have the opening tonight. Back in the house tonight. We're going to see his game. He can maybe watching the game with us. Mr. Go Caps in the house.
Way to go, Caps. Way to go.
Eagle, who else got the yoke right yesterday? I believe it was Kelly with you yesterday about that one there. Vedmeka built differently, yes, like me. Bonsoir, guys. Bonsoir, Mark Zuck from Montreal.
Welcome, Mark.
Yamo said Tuka Raska, maybe he will come back as a Christmas present. Will be interesting to see that about that one again. Andy Kuivula, welcome from Calgary. Andy Kuivula. Kelly picked the quiet as well. I miss
Welcome,
Bob
Andy.
Barker. We have Enortap Eagles, so don't worry about that. We find our own Bob Barker in the house now, so don't worry about that. Use good Sunil Loud of the upside. Alan Vayanko said, very nice, Eagle. I have to pick the abs. Yes, like a long go is number one. So I think it's this number 90. Pastor for Jake DeBrus ask for the trade for the Bruins. Ottawa Edmonton are in the line. What about Montreal? Our trade. I would not touch to Jake DeBrus at all if I was Edmonton and everything like that. I would not do this. Joseph Dapful for the Bulls tonight. He got hurt the last game, so that's possible happening. Go Cap said, hey, in order. Here we go. Johnny Golden, Yamo, do you know how Otto Leskinen is doing this year in the KHL? I was only 2-2 yesterday, Ab and Winnipeg. Yamo, I thought you get 3-1, by the way. You maybe not remember one pick, but I think you are 3-1. I can check again. Price and Weber in the office of Jeff Golden soon. Apple soap. Moral coach in our third Billy O in the house.
Welcome, Bella.
Eagle said, I hope South Bend is ripping Kelly apart. Kelly is a coach for the Notre Dame football NCAA, and he's just signed a contract with the LSU. I know my football in our tap can see that. I know what I follow football now because Eagles doing this, so I have to follow football.
I've always said you're the GOAT, coach.
I'm lucky when I turn it on sport and they talk about football. That's the only time I can get something about that. Go catch a Cap will today. Possible. And run with Kings 20 from Utah in the house. Drew Doughty back on the ice tonight for the Kings. Conclusion. Joe Level 3 says, Duchene with Sunny State as a coach is doing a good job for the picks. He's getting there. We don't change this. We are on the winning side right now. Don't talk about changing when it does not work. Yeah, most Leskinen play on KHL, like I said, and Finland, 26 game, 2+10. I would say just an average game. He should be more active with the puck. That's something happening. And why not about Mr. NHL's coach and Enortap, the Finnish show in the land. NHL, Mr. Enortap, he was the first one, and I think he get the subscriber number 823 or 29. 23 or 29. Just give you an idea. And for many months, we talk a lot of time on texting each other. And he built on Lego part, whatever they call it, the Lego. Right? Yeah. He built an arena, a rink, and Coach Frenchy have his own lodge over there. So it's pretty amazing. Oh, wow. One day we have to bring him. NHL in the morning, he needs to come a morning. I invite you. Let me know which morning you want to come. And we're going to show all the pictures for the people. About that, he does like 20,000 Ps, everything. That's crazy stuff. I don't know how he does it, but that's what happened. Yeah, I made a video about him better for any to see the guy for his true color. He was on my Get Fire listing anyway, not get the job done. All right, this I don't know about that one. Let's go Cap tonight. Valeu said that. I saw the video, Eagle, great job. Back and winning ways. I believe. Let's go Panthers, but the monkey, NHL hockey. Franco Iacono from Saint Leonard.
Welcome, Franco.
Franco said what he said this morning. He was not, it's not a big deal. I can work with Corleone. I don't know what happening about that one. I would said we don't see Leskinen in the NHL. I agree with you. I think Jeff once told you ID there, coach. You got a great friend helping you. It's going to warm up. So Molson get Gordon. He won a GM with him. He sold you ID. Exactly. That's what I did. I told the Molson, you need to be two to be better. So that's what happening. You're absolutely right. Thanks to let us know this. I know, Jeff, nobody knows, but Jeff Molson watching my show all the day, all the time. Johnny said, Yamo, thank you. Thought on Hughes' new contract, 8-year contract. Great still, at that age, that's the new direction or the new way that the team does. Sign him. He's going to be an RFA. And I believe this is the best player for the team. He's going to be better to Nico or Shire at the end of the day. So I think that's a great contract NHL for about that one over there. Good to see it for the league, to see Dardy back on the ice. You're doing the Cap, right? Yes, sir, Cap. I'm doing that one over there. Le Finlandais! Salut, coach. Comment ça va, le Finlandais? C'est la première fois qu'on voit un Finlandais en français. Bienvenue dans la maison du Hockey Nation Live Show. Le Finlandais avec la photo de Carey Price. Comment tu vas, mon homme? Donc, j'espère que c'est abonné en passant. Eagles, Gabriel Farsi call off for Tampa Province. Statement, just take the prospect. I don't think he will make a big move. Just need a healthy. Know anything about him, coach. Gabriel Farsi is a little bit a veteran in hockey. Most of the time playing AHL. Not really, not better to Barry Boulet. It's just they need another extra body inside. So that's the reason he got him, to be honest with you. Coach Frenchy, the football guru. Yes, that's not very good. NHL Gary, no fun, Batman. Just asked to cancel Christmas party. Christmas. Yes. And he were like, we're going to talk about this in the next couple of minutes. Which use, Quinn use. Darren Adam 331.
Welcome, Darren.
Yep. That's the reason they talk about this. Don't worry, Enortap is going to talk. It's just we have a lot of people going on. Jack Quinn, did I say Quinn? I said Quinn, maybe it's Jack anyway. I cannot see the image catcher go against each other. 7 round of shootout. I thought it was never going to end because the pen came close to making the goal. And Fernand did it, not until the 7. It was a great entertaining about that one. It's funny about Kachuk brother now have a blood against someone on the Kings. It'll be interesting to see that. Coach Cope said Eric Cernak won't play against the Philly, but after tonight, will be day to day. I thought Cernak, that's possible now. Cernak is a healthy scratch right now, so he's out of the injury right now. And about that, talking about Edmonton, talking about another team, Edmonton, Duncan Keith, he's now on the injury reserve. And think about this. Everyone think of now Molson is a smart businessman. Little does anyone know he relate. That's on me, coach. We should be at top of the job. For the abs, we'll be interesting about that. The Tampa is buying up, man. Yes, with a lot of people. Coach, what do you think about the 3-game suspension of Marchand? Well done by the league. That's good. I think for me, it's not about Marchand. Be honest with you, Alan. It's more about they did not do the same thing with other players. Did it earlier. So like the Subban stuff, everything like that, I think that would be better if they go right away at the beginning and not let us. So Marchand pay a little bit more for, because it's not only him. I think you have another one, Coleman. Someone did it also. Again, Tampa Bay, I think it was against Joseph or something like that. So he's starting to have more and more a slew foot and hockey. So I think that's great to give him 3 games about that. Brady and every game seemed to be very mad. It's because Gary Bettman looked like a Santa little helper. Santa Claus about that one over there. But, here we go. We are not the lights here. We don't have the lights, but we have Gary Bettman in the house. Here we go. Gary Bettman in the house, Mr. Bad Monkey. No Canadian team play tonight. That's all right. We'll get from Coach and fan perspective, but Coach video felt like he's Jeff Gordon. All right, and go. And Marchand is the guy 1-1 Mike Tyson. Why wasn't a good coach? Do you think he would make a good GM? No. About that one, everything. And on tap, we are over 5 minutes, but it's your turn. Tell us what you think about the last 24 hours happening in NHL. Here we go.
Oh, there's a few issues there that we've already kind of addressed. Number one, the comment made by Roy. I think that him making that comment sort of speaks to why he definitely won't get the job, because we don't really need somebody that's more about himself than the team. So I don't anticipate that will go anywhere, and it's definitely not. It wasn't a good move on his behalf to put out that statement as well. So we'll see what happens with that. It's great to see that Jack Hughes is not only getting that 8x8 contract that we talked about, but the fact that he's returning tonight back into the Jersey lineup. So that should bolster their offense somewhat. But the thing I kind of stuck my mind, I was reading through, of course, some rumors and gossip, but I'm looking at the situation with the Rangers, and one possibility could be that they might be looking for a forward. So instantly, you kind of look at where and why that's the case, and secondly, who's a possible partner in that rumor. So for me, they kind of pushed Kako up to the first line. So he's now playing with Kreider and Zibanejad. And Lafreniere now is on the third line with Shuttle and Gauthier. So really, it's that second line I think that they want to address. Right now they have Panarin and Strome, which work very well together. And they have Dryden Hunt, he's been doing okay, but I think that's the position that they're looking to fill in. So who's a possible dance partner? I'm thinking, well, as soon as Eichel comes back, Vegas is definitely going to have to shed some salary there. So maybe somebody like, Riley Smith might be a possibility. I don't know if they'd be looking at somebody like Dandanov as well. Of course, there's Kessel out there with the Coyotes. But I think Riley Smith would really be a good fit, and we'll see where that goes. But it kind of stuck in my mind today when I was reading through some of that.
Yep, I agree with you about that one. Would be interesting to see that. Just got a thing about Gabriel Farsi earlier. Born in Lachine, he was a 59 overall pick in 2018 by the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's 5'10", 183, and he played with the Syracuse Crunch for the last 2 years. He had played 17 games this season, 4 goals, 7 assists for 11 points. Last season, he played 30 games. He have 10 points and 30 games with 6 goals. So it's another player like what the Tampa Bay does all the time. They pick up some young kid, smaller but fast, everything like that. So expect that kind. He played a QM with a Bécomo tracker 3 years. He was also with the St. Louis, St. Louis Lions and the youth travel. So I just want to readjust my because I don't like to see that. Oh, we lost it in our tap. Enortap is back. So I've been here no fun. Gary Bennett should be part of the Montreal later. I know a lot of people in Quebec want a Rouen. Yes, on the people request, they request a lot for Patrick Rouen, where I don't think so. It would be a good idea on my point of view about that one over there. I think you are thinking about Lemieux Eagle Fang Sport. That's pretty much what we have at that moment about that. Anything you want to add more before we go on to the next thing?
No, I think, yeah, that's about it. I mean, I know today, I think Cody Ceci from Edmonton might be on the COVID protocol. I think he tested positive, if I'm not mistaken. So, Edmonton's defense takes yet another hit. So it'll be interesting to see, where they're going to take that. And to me, all of this is now like it used to be once every couple of weeks we would hear about something. Now it's almost on a daily basis, Coach. So to me, that spells trouble with the Olympics. I really don't think that this is going to be something that's going to take place.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one over there. I don't want to. I want to verify with Yamo. Yamo, you picked yesterday Calgary. You lose against Winnipeg. You select Seattle and you select Vancouver for 2 yesterday. So that's the reason you have 3-1, Mr. Yamo Vertanen. So everything is on my book. I can verify the next day what's going on. So that's what you got about that one over there, Mr. That. A lot of people want to. Well, I'm surprised what would want to go back to the Avs. Caramba. Rouen was coach. He would go belly sick through stick a water bottle at the referee. How do you think Rouen Remac would make sure he was not shoes? I don't know about that one over there, to be honest with you. Like we do at the beginning of the show in our tap, we give you a picture, and for everybody else, we want to figure out who is this guy. Everybody want to see in the chat. It's the time to figure out this. Who is this guy?
Okay, let's have a look here. Would that, I'm not sure, but it's just the face I'm going by. Would that be Barry Trotz?
Here we go. You got it. Barry Trotz for Saskatchewan. Regina Pats as a hockey player. Barry Trotz. Yamo said, is it a Russian? No, he's not Russian. He's from the Canadian. Barry Trotz. Yeah, you nailed it, my friend. Congratulations on that one over there.
Yeah, the face gave it away, but not the hair, that's for sure.
Sorry again?
I said the face gave it away a little bit, but not the hair.
Yeah. I put the picture of the Bruce Cassidy, guys, is because he was also on the COVID-19 this morning, a positive, everything like that. But I want to pay you attention. The Sabres Wolves shut down. One thing, an American Hockey League shut down. You have a lot of players getting COVID, and the COVID with the new ones coming, it's maybe put in jeopardy a lot of things coming in the Olympics on that one over there. You're going to see also maybe NHL have more problem with their schedule and more COVID positive. So it's getting worse and worse, and you can see some different team and different league, junior or professional right now shutting down, and many players in the NHL right now. So I just want to put this there here. And by the way, by this happening, yesterday the NHL sent a letter to everybody in NHL about the fact they have to be very careful about everything about the COVID-19, and they request to be really, really pay attention about that one over there. So I think they really, want to be sure nothing could be major to put the league or the schedule or the season at some way will maybe shut down, everything like that. So it's something could happen at some point about that. And Yamo is right. Look bad for the Olympics. I have to say that absolutely right about that one over there. So I just want to mention about that one over there. Here we go. Mr. Brett Marchand got a 3-game over there, right way there. They can see the legs over the Ekman Lawson, and that's the reason he got a 3-1 over there. So one Enortap will be back. I will bring him back. Here we go. He should be back very soon. He paid back time. What one way or another way will be more mentioned for a job at Montreal. They are going to work with since 93. Dr. R said they were going to be another lockdown. Possible about that. I'm not sure about the lockdown, but we know this coming. And it's going to make me more ever glad I live in Florida. That's the good news about that one over there. And talking about friend news, I want to mention to you a couple of great news in hockey. McKinnon back in the lineup tomorrow. Jack Hughes back in the lineup tonight. Patterson for Ottawa out of COVID-19 is going to be ready when they play the next game. Cernak, he does not play look like tonight from Eagle, the insider, but possibly play the next game. Drew Doughty should be back on the ice tonight with the Los Angeles Kings. Sissi, Bozak, Duchene on COVID protocol 19. Marchand suspended 3 games. DeBrusque requests a trade for the Boston Bruins. Patrick Roy want to be AB GM. That's the big news. Of course, we got now Jack Hughes announced today a 8-8 contract. So this another great news about that one over there. And anything you want to add about fun news we got here, Mr. Enortap?
No, it's like I said, it's good to see some of the players coming back and joining their teams. It definitely adds to the quality of hockey when you have an entire team playing with, especially the stars.
Yeah, I agree with you about what DeBrusque is done in Boston. That's absolutely right about that one over there. And Mr. Gator said, COVID is only the flu. Here we go. That's the flu. So that's what happened. Gator Rock, team, Mr. Welcome back. Fans of the Florida Panthers. We're going to do the live game, the live stream tonight between the Florida and the Washington Capitals. I have to run, Coach. I will keep my tablet on so you get the hours. I will be back on the 7 o'clock before I leave. I appreciate that. I would suggest get Greenway would be great trick and date about that. Hall play on the first line tonight. Yes, exactly about that one over there. Talking about the first line, talking about everything we want to go. Southside Strider, yeah, finally Pat would be there and the coach, he said Southside Strider, welcome aboard. Chicago White Sox. The fans of Chicago White Sox, thanks again to join us. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be appreciated. That'd be great if you can do that. That'd be awesome. Let's move on. What we do every night, we do the prediction of each game per Enortap, and we're going to go that direction. We have an 8 game on the program. So let's start with the first game of the night. We have the Washington 14-3-5 and Florida 14-4-3. Lost the last game for the first time at home. Bobrovsky and Samsonov look like confirmed. And on the injury, Florida missing look like Duclair, Barkov, Forsling. Washington still missing Oshie, Backstrom. Eller is back in the lineup for them. That's pretty much what I have on the injury update in front of me. And Enortap, that's your turn.
Yeah, well, for Florida, unfortunately, we saw that 11-game season opening home streak, and which had been, they actually had tied the record that was set by Chicago. I think it was around 58 years ago or so. So it's too bad that they didn't actually break the record. It would have been nice to see that record go under. But, you know, Florida lately hasn't been quite themselves, Coach. And I think we're starting to see that if a couple of their players, especially when you lose somebody like Barkov, who's been out of the lineup, it does take its toll. Like you can step up and stay next man up for sure, but um, you can't replace a player like Barkov. Like he's so integral to that offense. And I'm not talking just offensively, but also what he does defensively, his responsibilities. So they really miss him. That coupled with the fact that Spencer Knight's run into a little bit of a sort of a dry spell for himself, has forced Florida to go more with Bobrovsky, who's actually been very good. Now the Capitals, on the other hand, are 9-1-1 in their past 11 games, and they've really been beating some elite teams out there, right? Like they beat the Panthers, Carolina. Um, so they've been looking very good, and it's again no surprise here, but Ovechkin's been on a tear. Also, John Carlson has produced, I think, 5 multi-point games in recent contests. And also, Tom Wilson has been playing very, very well and also been one of the leaders there. And you can't also discount that. Look at what Samsonov has done in net for them. Like he's gone 9-0-1 for the season. And to me, he's really been the surprise. Like I always thought he was good, but this year he's brought it to a different level. I think this will be an extremely good game. Two very well matched teams. I'm gonna take Florida to win this 3-2, strictly because they're at home and they're a slightly better team at home.
Here we go. Awesome. 4-2, man. So I think there would be an empty net, Mr. Enortap, I think, tonight. But
very possible. Yeah.
Maybe Washington.
Oh, you surprised me there.
And welcome, Mr. Ronnie Odette in the house tonight. And I want to be sure, Richard Mullen, you said Richard, Tampa 4-3. Do you want to say Panthers 4-3? I'm sure you maybe make a mistake, so could you verify with me, tell me the score between the Panthers and the Washington Capitals? That would be great. Washington is on mission for Ovi to beat Gretzky. Ronnie, I agree with you about that one over there.
Yeah.
Game number 2 tonight, Detroit Red Wings, after a couple of nights off, honestly, since Saturday, I believe, 10-9-3 against Boston, 11-7-0, missing a couple of players for Boston, honestly. Marchand, 3 game, and now they bring back Eric Ola and Jake DeBrusk. I believe they was healthy scratch the last game in Otap, so that'll be interesting to see that. Detroit, they have 2 different teams on the road and also at home. They have struggled a little bit on the road. Then Nedeljkovic was not confirmed. Ulmark was confirmed as a goaltender.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is another game that I kind of tossed back and forth. Just before I sent you my scores, Coach, I had actually Boston winning this game, and then news came down about the Marchand suspension, and I thought, like that's an integral part of Boston's offense. And we all know that Boston's really relied on that top line quite a bit, and Marchand's kind of their leader there. So that's going to take a hit on them for sure. Pasternak and Bergeron are going to have to really step up. I agree that Detroit is a different team on the road than they are at home. But I think that they'll have enough here to sort of pull through. Allmark has been 5-0-2 with a .940 save percentage recently. But he's held Boston in. I don't think that he's hurt them. And then Nedeljkovic has been just superb for Detroit as well. I think this is going to overtime personally, but because Marchand's not there, I'm feeling a little love for Raymond tonight, and I think he's going to score in overtime, and Detroit's going to win this 3-2.
3-2. I said 4-3. And welcome Kelly and the house. You are awesome. Say hi to the beautiful Darlene, Miss Darlene. And that's it for me.
Okay. Next, we have
the next one, Arizona and Minnesota, right? Westwood versus Kakkonen, all goaltender confirmed. 5 out of 15, 2. We know Arizona traveling right now from Winnipeg. It's a short trip, honestly, but still back-to-back game. Minnesota 14-6-1. Where Kaprizov's doing very well for the last couple of games, guys. And Minnesota on the roll. I think they won the last 3 games. We missed 5-9-1. Oh! We missed 5-9-1. He just show up! And Ronnie Odette said to you, Enortap, 2024, Gretzky is going to beat Gretzky. That's too early about this. 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24. That's gave him 3 years. It would be very close on that one. I think it would be 24, 25, Ronnie. But it would be maybe at the end of 24. So I believe it could be that way over there. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
The key there, coach, is going to be, him remaining healthy. Of course, I think he definitely has a shot at it, but it'll probably be in the 4th year is my prediction. But you never know. I never thought he'd come out of the gate this strong this year as well either. So here we have. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to go on to the next game here. On paper we have 2 totally opposite teams, basically. Arizona's 5-15-2 right now. Minnesota's really rolling at a 14-6-1 pace. The Coyotes' penalty killing was in top form last night when they killed off 6 of Winnipeg's opportunities. So that was really something to behold, because we all know that Winnipeg does have a good offense, even though they haven't been scoring much lately. The Coyotes have put in some really good games, whether they've won or lost them. I've kind of been surprised by their camaraderie, and they sort of really have each other's backs out there. It's been fun to see. I mean, obviously they don't have the talent that many other teams have, so that's gotten to tough situations. But what can you say about Minnesota on the other hand? Like, they've been super hot. They're 4-2-0 against their division opponents. Minnie's 4th in the league, averaging 3.6 goals per game, and they've been led by Ryan Hartman, who has 12 of those. So there's an unexpected source as well for them. And Kaprizov has really, come on strong over the last 10 games or so. When he started off in a very slow, unlike him manner. So I got Minnesota winning this game. Arizona's going to be traveling back-to-back. They played a tough game last night. So I'm going to take Minnesota to win this 4-1.
Minnesota 4-1, 5-2.
Yeah. Minnesota, okay. So next we have our San Jose Sharks against the New Jersey Devils. Relatively equal records there for the two. Both teams were off Monday after earning wins on Sunday night. The Sharks started their 3rd 5-game road trip by blanking the Hawks 2-0, and the Devils scored 3 times in the 3rd period against Philadelphia to ensure a victory there as well. San Jose's scheduled to continue the trip this Thursday against the Islanders, unless that game is going to be called, because we know with the Islanders, everybody's going to have to test negative in order for them to even start practicing on the facilities at the arena. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that that they do end up playing. The Devil got a much needed effort Sunday. Uh, they they squandered a pair of 1-goal leads before they finally, in a span of 5 minutes, were able to put together I think it was 3 or 4 goals themselves. So that was good to see. This too, I think, will be a close game, but I'm going to New Jersey to win 4-3.
4-3.
Yeah.
3-2.
You took the under. Good. Okay, and next that brings us to Tampa Bay against St. Louis. Two very strong teams here. Just that St. Louis lately has sort of been floundering a little bit. So I don't know what we'll see from them. It looks like Vasilevsky might get a rest tonight, which kind of hurts Tampa Bay a little bit because he's been off the charts. In a number of the games recently. The Blues defeated Columbus 6-3 on Saturday for just their third victory in the last 10 games. So, when they hit a rough patch, obviously, it's been affecting them in the standings as well, because they came out of the gates really, really, really solidly this year. I think the poor start came after the Blues faded late in that 3-2 overtime road loss to Chicago. So they're going to have to find a way to snap out of this. They can't lose much in terms of positioning in that division because it's very, very tight there, as we know. The Lightning are now looking to get on track themselves after they suffered that 4-2 loss at the hands of the Wild on Sunday. I think they're still, they still feel the loss of Kucherov and Brandon Point as well, just like Florida's feeling the loss of Barkov. But it's amazing, they've been playing a strong team concept, Tampa, and it's been monitored mostly by defense and waiting for that opportunistic chance where guys like, at the beginning of the year, Corey Perry wasn't doing very much, but, he's recorded a 4-game point streak after going, with 1 point in his first 60 games. So there's that experience, that pedigree, has a part in seeing that team continue with success. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay to win this game 3-2, but I think it might go to overtime as well, or possibly even a shootout.
I go with the Blues. Kelly, I think I don't have your game, Kelly, about that game. But my kid have 573 and 720. This is the best goal scorer of the time. You're absolutely right, Ronnie, about that one over there, about the best of the best scorer. Next game, Columbus against Nashville.
Okay, and we have a battle of two excellent goalies here, Mercelikins and Saros. Both have been the story for the teams this year, and the reason that they've been doing as well as they have. Both teams have relatively equal records so far. Columbus actually has the youngest lineup in the NHL, believe it or not. And of course, with that comes some growing pains. That you could tell that experience is lacking to finish off certain types of games. But good future when it looked like they were going to be bottom feeders at the beginning of the year. So despite 5 victories in their past 7 games, the Blue Jackets come into Nashville with a few things that they have to work on, and part of that is their defense. Um, for Columbus, really, Zach Werenski is the key to all of that. He's the sort of the engine that propels everything here for that team. The Predators are coming off of a tough loss at the hands of Colorado on Saturday, 6-2. So they're not too pleased with that result, because usually they have a very defensive-minded approach to every single game, and for them to get blown out, 6-2 is very unorthodox for them. So they're looking to do better on their 3-game homestand that begins with the Blue Jackets tonight. Other notables here are Matt Duchene, who's really been having a very good year, like 13 goals in 21 games for him. That matches what he did in 66 games a couple years ago. So, like that's kind of an unexpected source of offense for them. So good on him. I'm going to go with the home team here, though. I think that Nashville will be able to hold off Columbus 3-2.
Me too. I have the same score in our top tonight.
The wrong team.
Honestly, this one I should go with Nashville. I don't know why I go with them, but I just feel like
Nashville's been hurting you, Coach.
What?
They've been hurting you, Nashville, in your predictions.
I know.
Anyways, let's go on to the Dallas game. For me, this is going to be one heck of a match. Two excellent teams. Dallas more so in the last little while. Carolina holds one of the best records so far in the first couple of months of the season. They ran into another team with a stellar mark during the weekend, which accounted for that loss. It was a bit of a surprise. The Stars have won 4 consecutive games, allowing a total of 5 goals during that stretch. The Hurricane have gone 4-1-1 on a 6-game road trip. With Dallas, it's really like they've pulled off 5 straight home wins as well as in that streak of theirs. Guys like Rupi Hintz and Robertson have really responded. If they can get some more offensive contributions from guys like Jamie Benn, even Sagan, has been very, very quiet. He's been getting a few points here and there, but he's capable of a lot more. But I think that they're going to continue their winning ways tonight. It'll be a tough one. I think this might go down to a shootout as well. I'm going to take Dallas to win 3-2 in a shootout.
Awesome. Welcome back, Stefan Dassey. Welcome. And Dave Zucker in the house tonight. The Star 3-2. The Canes 5-2.
5-2. So you think it's going to be a cakewalk?
I feel like Old B is going to look like the old B with Washington.
Okay. I thought you were going to say KK is going to start scoring. Who, by the way, he has been doing better in his last couple of games.
Yeah, I know that.
A little bit more ice time, and so I think you're gonna hold off that video you were gonna make about him, right?
We have a lot of fun game, by the way. We have about 4 games differently, so it's going to be a wild night. A lot of people out front also in the chat in our tab. So it's going to be like some people will be like really off, and some people will really nail it.
Well, let's hope I can do a little bit of catching up tonight. That's for sure. But it really speaks to the quality of games tonight. There's at least 4 games that are just they could go either way.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a matter of who's more opportunistic, of course. Let's move on to our last one. We have the Anaheim Ducks against the LA Kings, who will be welcoming Doughty back into the lineup, and Gibson is up against Quick tonight. The Ducks are they sort of slowed down a little bit lately, but they have a lot of young talent on that team. They've got some veterans as well, which gives them good experience and whatnot. But guys like Trevor Zegras, Troy Terry, who recently had a 16-game point streak ended, they've been really holding their own. They're right now, I would classify them as being in a learning mode, and it's kind of evident by what stood out to me was that game against the Leafs on Sunday where they lost 5-1. It seemed like they were almost I don't know. The Leafs were taking the game to them continuously. You would think that the Leafs were the ones that had the better skaters, better checkers, and I was kind of surprised to see the Ducks just sort of. They seemed like they were skating like almost a shinny game until it was too late. So I don't know. I think Eakins is confident that the fitness level is there. They're playing tough, but it's a learning process, and that's why I kind of capsulized it as that. I think that tonight Doughty will supply a bit of a spark plug for the Kings. They're at home, and they're going to want to win this for him for sure. They're going to come out on top 3-2, but yet another game that could go either way.
5-3. Here we go. Last part of the show. The prediction of your player tonight, who you expect to have a good night as a fantasy hockey.
Okay, I'm going to go with, he's been really hot as of late for Minnesota. I'm going to go with Talbot in net.
Yeah, he's not there. I put Kakkonen for you.
Oh, he's not playing?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, leave him in there. That's fine. But I was hoping that it'd be Talbot. On defense, Eggbat from Florida, and also Klingberg from Dallas. And on offense, I think Kaprizov will continue being hot. Robertson of Dallas, and Hoobie Doobie Doo.
You got it. I go with Blackwood for the New Jersey Devils tonight. I go with veteran Edmund and John Carlson. And Ovechkin hopefully continues. One player is really hot right now. It's Rupee Hands for the Dallas.
Yeah.
And you said tonight, I laughed when you said that, but I didn't tell you right away. But you said, tonight, I think that's his night. That's the reason the team is going to win.
Everybody loves Raymond.
So that's what you said earlier. So Eskinen for Dallas, I think that'd be a good pick. Also, Kakkonen, you almost wrote is right. Yes, unfortunately, I missed this. And of course, UV for Yamo on that one over there. So to final the last part of the show, and I'll tap maybe a last 30 seconds, 1 minute about what you expect tonight, or what do you feel like is going happening tonight?
Yeah, like I said, I kind of hinted at it a little bit earlier while doing the predictions. I think that there's some really, really close games tonight, equally matched teams that are going at it. I believe that there's 8 games tonight. I predict that there'll probably be at least 4 of them, possibly 5 that will go into overtime or shootout. So let's remember that.
Yeah, we'll be interested to see that. I'll let a team play from, it's fun division tonight, the West, the Central, and the Metropolitan have a couple of teams go. So it'll be interesting to see also Florida, Washington. That's really the game I'm looking for that. Dallas, that's under the one I want to see what they look like. So then a couple of good games tomorrow night. But honestly, maybe some surprise like happening during the season. I just want to finish the show with fun number in our tap. They have only 5.8 goals per game since the beginning of the year, 73 games so far. Their average per game is 5.8. The PP 19.1 is since the beginning of the season, and it's 5.8 is lower than usually is supposed to be. So I just want to mention a couple of numbers I got today about that. So I like to go by number every time that. So that show to you a little bit what's going on around the league about. So if you bid a lot of under, you should be one more time because you don't reach the number 6. The level of what the NHL was expect is about 6.25, and as a fans, you would like to get 7. But unfortunately, that's not happened that way over there. So that's happened. Dave, I got your score. FI 91%. Gordon will be in Brassard tomorrow. Glad to see that. Thanks for the show. Thank you so much, Palinati. Panthers. Thank you so much. D'Angelo ER Carolina. Yes, you're absolutely right about that, Yamo. Yes, sir, Mr. Enortap.
No. I just was going along your stats that you were saying before. The average score in the league right now is 3-2.
Yep, exactly about that one over there. I don't know. I'm thinking changing my pick now. D'Angelo is not there. Pesce is not there, but it's too late. So, my friend, thank you so much. Again, to show up today for another great show, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget to click on the likes. Again, this is only because each one of you make it friends at the end of the night because your participation. We love to have the prediction. Dave, I got you also your score. And before we leave, we want to remind you one more thing. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great show, everybody. I'm going to see you in 60 minutes. Bob Gainey and the house tonight. And don't forget, we're doing the live stream play-by-play Florida Panthers against the Washington Capitals. So I'll be back in 60 minutes. Until then, we wish you an amazing, great night, everybody. Yes, Kelly, I just mentioned the team I'm going to do. Thank you so much for each one of you. I look forward to see you next time. Have an amazing, great night, Mr. Enortap. Thank you, Johnny. 951. Thank you, Canadian Giant. Kelly, always a pleasure. Yabo, enjoy your sauna. Antico Igula. Thank you so much, Canadian. Yamo. Joe Level 3. Bad the Monkey. Beleo. 951. Franco Iacono. Joe Level 3. Dave Zucker, Richard Mullen, Ron Whitkins 20, Stefan Dazi, Yabo Vertenen, Ronnie Ode, Johnny Golden.
Started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided.